Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm your host, Dr. Rita Louise, and thank you all for tuning into the show tonight. So, interesting topic tonight. I mean, to me, how's that? So, I don't know about you, but I would love for you to spend a second and just kind of check in with where you are. And I'm going to say now, and I don't necessarily mean like in this very second, but where your energy's been, where your emotional space has been, how you felt. And at this point in time, for about a week. Because one of the things that I noticed, and there's actually been several people who have noticed this, is that there has been a big shift in energy on the planet. And I hate to say that it was tied to the election, but I'm going to say it was tied to the election. I have notes. I should look at them. Okay. But I'm wondering if you feel like you can finally breathe again, or maybe you're sleeping better, or you're not walking around like a zombie. I know for me, the last couple of weeks, it's like I would sleep, but I would get up and just be like, okay, I'm doing something. I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's something. And I just would push myself forward to get stuff done, to achieve things. Because if I really had my choice, I would just be laying in front of the TV set, not moving. And again, this all shifted after the election. And where it becomes interesting is that this shift was not just in the United States, but there was a global shift that happened. And with this shift, I feel like many people are left, I'm going to say, with a sense of hope. And that might be kind of a big word to use right now. I know if you come to the show regular, there's been a lot of readings that have come up where it's like people want to move forward, but they're kind of in this holding pattern and not really moving forward, or not feeling comfortable about moving forward, or are getting mad at themselves because life isn't moving forward. And I will assume and bet that lack of movement has finally started to shift, and things are starting to have some level of forward momentum. I'm not feeling like, it went from like 0 to 60, but I feel like there is movement and things are starting to pick up and ramp up. But also with that, there's like a sense of ease that the world's not going to come to an end tomorrow, and that things will be okay, whether you agree with it or not. I mean, for me, I think I would like to say I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that, just being able to see that light leaves you with the sense of hope that you are going somewhere, and at some point in time you're going to come out the other end, and it can't be too far away because you can see the light. Another way of looking at this or introspecting this is that maybe you feel like you can finally relax and put down your guard. And I talked about this at the time, not on this show. Well, I might have talked about it on this show, but, when we were going through COVID, there was this sense of fear, the emotion of fear was running rampant. I mean, just rampant. And as human beings, one of the things that we're able to do is so project our emotional energy out into the world and also receive the emotional energy of other people. And that's how many psychic people work, is they're able to better receive and translate the energy that someone projects. And when COVID was happening, it was fear, 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 fear. Am I going to die? Am I going to die? Am I going to die? Oh my God, I'm going to die. And it was terrible. And if you're an empath or sensitive to anything going on, it was overwhelming, overwhelming fear. And so, from a kind of technical point of view, when we're in fear, it causes our first chakra, the chakra at the base of our spine, where our grounding cord, which we worked with last week, is connected to, will shut down to this little teeny thing, and nothing moves. And everything gets caught in our body and we feel stuck. And that energy, that fear just floats around our body. And we can't let it go because there's no place and no room to let it go. And that sense of fear, that uptightness, even from COVID, even though the fear isn't overt like it was, has never released, we've never resolved it. I feel like many people experience trauma from having gone through it. And haven't fully recovered themselves and their sense of trust and safety. With what was going on recently, and again, I'm going to tie it to the election because it shifted the day after the election. There was a sense of uncertainty and waiting and not knowing. And some fear, there's always a certain amount of fear that comes with uncertainty. But if I was going to give it with COVID, it was fear, period. The word I want to tie to it is uncertainty, which makes it so that it's less tangible, it's less graspable. It's not something that is an overt feeling like fear. And so it made it a little bit hard to separate and segregate out. But uncertainty, because there is a fear aspect to it, also shuts down that first chakra, makes it so that your body is not grounded, you're unable to release and unable to be in the present moment. It leaves us stuck in our head and causes us to have a hard time finding ourselves. So where we're going, as a country, as a nation, as the whole world, I don't know. I know that in this moment, I feel better. Again, people that I've talked to, they've noticed this shift and are feeling better. Maybe not perfect, but better. And better is always better than not better. And again, there have been a lot of people that have commented on this shift. But I also want to make the statement that the shift is not just what's going on in the United States. The impact is being felt all around the world, because if there is trauma and anxiety happening in another country, we can pick that up as well. It doesn't just mean here, although we are in closer proximity to, the people here. So anyway, so that's my thing for today, the shift. And did you notice it? And so if you notice the shift, I would love for you to make a comment down below. But as always, this show is brought to you by soulhealer.com, which is my website where you can reach out to me to schedule a private consultation. The readings that I do during this live stream are just little baby sessions. And so if you have questions or concerns that you need specific answers for, please do reach out to me and we can set up a time. Okay. If you are watching this show on Facebook, or you're watching the show afterwards on BitChute or Rumble or Twitter or any of those other platforms, and you want to join the fun and get an a free on-air reading, please go to my YouTube channel. This is the easiest place to go, which is Just Energy Radio on YouTube. That's Just Energy Radio. At 7 o'clock, click that live button. You can also set up where you get, subscribe to the channel. It will send you notifications when the show is getting ready to start, and you'll never miss a show. Just Energy Radio on YouTube. Also, if you're enjoying what I'm offering, or you get a reading in a little while and it really resonates with you, let me do my little thing here. I would love for you to share the love. I've set up a little tip jar. You can go to soulhealer.com/live and maybe leave me a little something. Anyway, so just one last comment before I start saying hi to people. So if you want to, here are the rules of engagement. So if you would like for me to interact with you, I would appreciate it if you would type your chat thing, your thing in all caps, because that will flag me that it's something that you would like for me to read. So if you would like a reading, all you need to do is I would like a reading, or Dr. Rita, you have great hair, but can I have a reading? And then pick a number from 1 to 3, and that's how many times I'll shuffle. But again, if you want to communicate with me, please do it in all caps so that I know that you're not talking about wine preferences or, the dog or something, and I'm not reading that on air.